David Carlos Garcia Jr., one more time. Creative director and designer, David Garcia is a visionary floral designer with a background rooted in artistic exploration. Inspired by the boundary-breaking works of Edward Gorey, Salvador Dalí, and Frida Kahlo. David brings a nonconformist perspective to weddings and events. With a passion for pushing creative limits, he creates unforgettable floral designs that leave lasting impressions. His artistic approach transforms traditional concepts, ensuring each event is a unique, immersive experience that challenges the norms of the industry. Please welcome David Carlos Garcia Jr.
First off, I'm going to say John did that to sabotage me. Secondly, my name is David Garcia, and I am here to talk about the last episode of The White Lotus. Just kidding. All right, here we go. As a designer, this quote by Alexander McQueen perfectly captures my creative philosophy. Nature doesn't follow trends, it shapes them. It's wild, boldly daring, and every curve of a leaf to the raw chaos of a storm teaches us that true beauty lies in authenticity. This quote keeps me humble and reminds me never to try to compete, but to embrace nature. Frida poured her pain, identity, and resilience into every canvas. Her art is raw, emotional, and deeply personal. Edward Gorey, on the other hand, made the macabre feel magical. One of my first early childhood memories was his pop-up book, which introduced me to his strange, shadowy worlds. Together, their work gives me permission to create from the deepest part of myself, unfiltered, fearless, and fully alive. This is one of my earliest designs, a spontaneous blend of inspiration and instinct. I wasn't trying to copy anyone or duplicate anything. It's something I had already seen. I just let my hand move and something clicked. What started out as a freehand doodle with no purpose quickly became my signature style. It was the first time I truly saw my own voice in my work. I began pushing my ideas beyond the page, experimenting with how designs could live and breathe in different spaces. From mannequins to murals to the human body, everything became a canvas. Suddenly there were no rules, just infinite mediums to explore, and with each new material, I discovered a new way to express my voice. Creativity stopped being flat. It became extremely dimensional to me. Growing up, Jim Henson showed me that storytelling could be soft, whimsical, and full of heart. Then I discovered a different storyteller, John Waters, which flipped everything upside down and taught me that art should challenge you, make you uncomfortable, and even make you squirm. Henson gave me imagination while Waters gave me camp. Together, they blew my world wide open. I started designing costumes that demanded attention, not to steal the spotlight, but to stir something deep in people. Last Halloween was a perfect example of a quick, quirky, campy, and absurdity. I brought monstrous Elizasu from The Substance to life, and it wasn't just a costume, it was a great conversation starter and a moment of weird beauty. Fiesta Corneation is my ultimate playground for creativity. Last year's Corneation look was inspired by the movie Barbie, which asked us to reconsider what beauty means and how media shapes our identity. This year, my group is Pink Chic, a mashup inspired by the opulence and popularity of Wicked and Chappell Roan's electric stage style. I take the chaos of current events and run through a funhouse of mirrors, turning reality into something bizarre, campy, and unforgettable to try to add humor to spark reflection and reaction. Because laughter and levity, even in satire, can be a powerful kind of protest. They disarm, they engage, and sometimes they say what words can't alone. This is my grandmother. She taught me the art of creating something from nothing and showed me that with resourcefulness and heart, anything is possible. Her influence is stitched into everything I do. Each design, each choice carries a special piece of her legacy and will always be the quiet force behind everything that I create. It was through Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, that I found healing, a celebration of life, not loss. It's in the marigolds, the sugar skulls, the art that I continue to honor her through, beauty and remembrance and love. The San Antonio Festival quickly became a space for me so that I can celebrate her and others who had passed, not just with sorrow, but with creativity, music, and shared memories. These altars just aren't about remembrance. They're a celebration of life designed to fill your heart with joy rather than weigh it down with sorrow. It's about big emotion, honoring love, joy, and memories of those close to us who have influenced us and the rest of the world throughout our lifespan. These altars remind us that we don't mourn alone. We come together sharing our grief and joy, surrounded by family, community, and creativity. I include these characters who shaped me, not just the people, but their energy, their essence, and the lessons that they've passed on. These tributes, their influence, have made me who I am, and they continue to guide my work. Every design, every piece holds a special piece of them, keeping their influence alive in the world. From animals like Coco, the talking gorilla, to the larger-than-life presence of Pee Wee Herman, every life, every laugh, every loss matters. These altars are a space where no love is too small or unconventional to be celebrated. It's a reminder that all things that make us who we are, whether furry, famous, or fantastical, deserve a place in our collective memory. Inspiration found me in the most unexpected realm, which brings me to my career as a floral artist. Take Game of Thrones, for example. Each scene, every intricate detail pulled me in. The rich textures, the power struggles, the fantasy worlds, all of it stirred something deep within me. The darker the vibe, the deeper and darker my design ideas tend to go. Medusa's story is a perfect example of how complexity can transform a character from something unforgettable. She teaches us that sometimes the most dangerous designs are the most beautiful. Moreau was another fun design challenge where I found ways to infuse surrealism into my designs. I tend to thrive in design settings where I can interpret and retell a story from a different perspective. Andy Warhol showed me how color can scream, how style can whisper, and how something as mundane as a tomato soup can is never just a can. Through his works, I learned that most powerful designs are often those taken from something familiar and turn it on its head, making the ordinary extraordinary and focusing us to ask deeper questions about what we value, consume, and create. Everyday objects hold magic too. For instance, a pile of basketballs for a sports-themed gala. They're not just objects, but they're ingredients for something unexpected. These seemingly simple things can be transformed into something that speaks to people. That's the joy of creation, that nothing is something until it resonates and moves people. That doodle from years ago, born from instinct and imagination, will now be part of something bigger. That scrollwork once was a fleeting idea on paper will now raise money for a children's hospital. It's a reminder that things that we create, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant at first, can come full circle and make a real impact on the world. To me, it's more than just a cow sculpture. It's my love letter to the city. It's proof that imagination, when nurtured, can allow us to evolve, give back in ways that we often don't expect. This sculpture is proof that something small can grow into something meaningful, something that transcends the artist and touches the hearts of others. And to sum it up, this quote is the perfect epitome of the unpredictability and journey of a creative. It's a reminder that my path may not always be clear, but it's always exciting, always full of possibilities. And if nothing else, I hope that I've inspired you to embrace your own kind of creative chaos, because when you let go of perfection and embrace the mess, that's when the magic can truly happen. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that was amazing. So, David, art history. It's obviously a huge component to how you, not just the theory of your work, but the practice of your work. And one of the things after looking at it and talking to you earlier, I keep thinking of magical realism and the idea of satire. I mean, you're bringing up, Gorey and Frida Kahlo. Those were people who really were living through tough times or experiences, but there was still joy. Can you share, I guess, how do you see your work as a component for joy, and especially in times like these? Like, what you got?
Yeah, so for me, being a floral artist, first and foremost, currently gives me kind of the opportunity to not just celebrate the joy, but also to celebrate the sadness. Everything from funerals to weddings to anniversaries to birthdays to get well soons. It's my kind of way of putting a little touch of magic into the lives of the people that actually get to enjoy the creations that I produce.
Wow, that was really good. I think that we, like we were talking about earlier, it's like there's just so much going on, and I think it's these little moments, seeing all these creations, also working with him, and seeing his creations during Corneation. I was just blown away. Like the production level that they had was incredible. So
thank you.
It was really nice, really nice to witness. So.
And we can't wait to see this year.
Yes.
I know.
Get your tickets.
Corneation.
Yes. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.